for Scott, but Malarkey comfortably wins the header and finds Densmore. Densmore in the central position. Stops, checks, finds Hancock, the ball on halfway. Harrop receives the ball at the right wing position. Taking on Davis, comes inside Harrop, still with Harrop to his feet. Thinks about having a shot, that's a nice shot, but straight at Mason, comfortable save, but first opportunity both teams have had.
Yeah, good piece of play by Max Harrop, cut in from the right, had a little bit of space.
Johnston trying to go forward, he does go forward. He skips away from three players, still on the left-hand side. Johnston does well, gets away from Halls has to check. Johnston still with his ball into the penalty, finds Hume plays it off back to Johnston. Richmond's on square pass on the overlap, finds Harrop as Richmond side down. Referee plays advantage, but decides with Harrop, who slips in the penalty area, come back where the foul was committed, so it's a dangerous free kick. He's happy that they are the relevant distance, nearly 13 minutes on the clock, so hopefully this free kick will come between it's going to be Harrop to take, left-footed into the penalty area, skims the crossbar, keeper beaten. He must have got a paw on it because it's gone out for a corner kick, but all credit to the keeper, but excellent free kick also.
Great free kick and superb piece of goalkeeping by Cameron Mason. Just got his fingertips to that, tipped it onto the bar and it bounced off the top of the bar and out for a corner. Great piece of football.
Di Maio gets the ball back at the second attempt, but Hancock, his opposite number, wins the challenge, finding Richmond. Richmond goes down once again, and similar position, similar free kick, Brian.
Simon Richmond's had a really bright start to the game. He was brought down there unceremoniously once again.
Referee's happy, whistle to mouth. Harrop take two Harrop this time, and Mason has to parry the ball this time down at his near post. A safety option, it's a corner kick. So it was one of those free kicks that the ball just bounced in front of him. Densmore to Harrop. Harrop once again trying to find Hancock. Shouts an offside, but Mohammed Ali intercepts the ball and brings the ball forward to Scott. Scott using number 7 of Miller. Miller going left-hand side. Opportunity for Curzon Ashton possibly to counter-attack. Nice shot from Di Maio that brings the first save of the afternoon from Tony Thompson.
Yeah, well constructed move there by Curzon.
Long ball here looking for Johnston, well covered by Halls. Here come Curzon Ashton down the right hand side with Bailey operating as a right wing back. James Bailey up against Malt. He gives it back to Di Maio from range. It's a good effort from Di Maio, and Tony Thompson parries out for a corner. So yeah, as you say, Brian, Curzon looking really dangerous when they do come forward. Alty having most of the territories you'd expect, but Curzon a real threat. Curzon Ashton have another corner, this time to the back stick. It's dangerous, it's in! The away side have taken the lead, and Tony Thompson came for it and was all at sea. It went over his head, and I think Andrew Scott or Michael Calverley seems to have got the header on the ball, and in the end it's just landed in the centre of an empty net, and against all odds Curzon Ashton take the lead.
Well, we've conceded again from a set piece there, and a routine, decent enough corner, but a routine ball to deal with.
But they do look like a solid unit, and you can see why they had a lot of success away from home last season in particular. They do look like they have a nice structure. Now here's Hancock, gives it to Richmond. Richmond gives it right to Harrop. Harrop, who has looked threatening down that right side, trying to get the ball in. It's a good one to the back post. Chance! Oh, it's headed over the bar. But it was more creative work on the right-hand side from Harrop. I think he has looked really threatening down that right-hand side this half, and he's dinked a great ball to the back stick. John Johnston coming in, and maybe it was just a touch too high for him. But if we're being critical, he probably should have done better. In the end, he's headed it over the bar.
Bring it all ball to feet. Looking for that opportunity, where so far Curzon Ashton's defence has hung up well. That's a Hume trying to get in front of Ali. Hume finds Harrop. Harrop goes right side into the penalty area. Richmond tries to get a crossing, but it's been blocked. Some pressure in the Curzon defence. It is in the 6-yard box. There's a snapshot from Malarkey. He shows his disappointment well wide of the post, but he won the header unchallenged.
Yeah, he'd be very disappointed with that, because he was unchallenged. He had time and space to get his header on target.
Di Maio Plays it to Miller, right on the far side. Just comes in on the far side from DeMeo. Davis will just about keep the ball in play as Densmore comes towards him. Comes through the number 4, his captain Evans. Finds Calverley, the goal scorer. Calverley gets away from Harrop. Short pass to DeMeo. Still in the penalty area. DeMeo gets a header above Malarkey, but it's a comfortable save from Thompson as Altrincham Town capitalises. Curzon, good, well-worked move, but poor discipline. There's a free kick conceded on the far side. It's probably going to result in the first card of the afternoon. Johnston will take that free kick into the penalty area, just short of the penalty area. Malarkey flick on header, it's still to be half play. Shouts from the supporters, back of the goal. Chance, goal! Moult has scored. Curzon Ashton tried to clear the ball off the line. Possible shouts of handball previously, but Jordan Hughes trying to retrieve the ball, but Altrincham bossing back in the game. First time on the volley, edge of the penalty area. Jake Moult, and 1 goal apiece.
Great goal. We've got a couple of players inside, behind the back 4 of Curzon there from the free kick. There was appeals from the fans behind the goal for a penalty. We couldn't see anything from here, but I'm sure something was going on. But the ball broke to Jake Moult, and he's volleyed it from about 12 yards. It's taken a deflection, might have been a little bit further, 12 to 15 yards. It's taken a deflection off a Curzon defender. Always looked like it was going in, but a Curzon defender sort of booted it into the roof of the net. So Altrincham back on level terms, 55 minutes gone, and that's just what we needed.
While Brian was just going through the description of the goal, Cameron Mason just had his name taken as Jordan Hughes was trying to retrieve the ball from the back of the net. Altrincham want to do, of course, do a quick restart as an energy of Richmond going forward here. Richmond draws Davis towards him. Richmond still the ball to feet, finding the goal scorer Jake Moult, finding Malarkey. So great strike from Jake Moult. Numerous times he's scored goals with on the volley that sail past keepers, and a great opportunity and a great timing, of course, to get back on the score sheet and back into this game at 1 goal apiece here as Richmond finds Densmore right side. Densmore thinks to look it up, gets inside to Harrop. Harrop into penalty area. Densmore back to Harrop. Harrop thinks about having a shot. Left foot in the penalty area. Andy White has a shot. Andy White left footed at the edge of the penalty area. Great interplay with Harrop and Densmore, and from nowhere, Mellier players. Andy White had time to look up, and Altrincham 2-1.
Fantastic goal there, really good play down the right hand side. Max Harrop and Sean Densmore. Eventually the ball was fed across. There was Andy White on the edge of the penalty area, and he's drilled it left footed past the outstretched hand of Cameron Mason. It's 2 years to the day since Andy White made his debut in that game against Whitton Albion.
Plays it short to DeMeo, comes back to Bailey. DeMeo wants the ball, does get the ball into the area. Finds Miller swivels, turns, an opportunity. I think it might have been Calverley. I thought that was actually going goal bound, but it skimmed off his head and well wide of the goal, but the ball's still in play. There is Curzon trying to get a crossover in. The ball comes in. Cross far side, comes back to DeMeo. DeMeo shots, and that's a disappointing shot over the crossbar, but he had space.
Liam Davies, the left wing back, plays one to the far stick. It's a good one, it's dangerous. It falls to a free header at the back stick, just over the bar. It was Sean Miller, the former Altrincham man, completely unmarked, and somehow he's put his header over the bar. He'll be so disappointed with that. Played it right, and a ball into the substitute Charlie Jolly, but all to get the ball back. But then Jake Moult dispossessed. A really strong challenge there from Max Harrop. Now, this is interesting because Max Harrop's just won the ball. He slid in. It was a very strong challenge, and the Curzon Ashton bench were incensed on the far side of the pitch. The referee's calling Max Harrop over. It was a very, very strong challenge from Harrop. He slid in at pace, but he did win the ball.
Yeah. It didn't look a very good challenge, but he did get the ball. Is it a red card?
He sent him off. He sent Max Harrop off, and it's a real grey area, this, because yes, it was extremely strong from Harrop, but I'm not sure how you can send a player off when he's won the ball as cleanly as that. He's not even caught the man, so he's just a judge. I'm assuming the referee is just a judge that it's dangerous play from Harrop. Davis coming over halfway, pings one out right, but hasn't got enough legs on it, and it's well headed to Pears. Oh, then Pears plays a slightly risky one to Richmond, but Richmond, now that's an interesting one, a great lofted ball over the top for Johnston to run onto. Right down in the corner, Johnston. Dinks one, chance for Densmore. Densmore shot, well saved by the feet of Cameron Mason. Johnston, another chance here. Gets past Davis well. Oh, but then, well, he did well, Johnston, to get past Davis, but then gave the ball away. But then Curzon do likewise, and the ball's with Connor Hampson on the left. Hampson gives it back to Molt. Molt, good play out to Richmond. Alty trying to keep hold of the ball and eat up the vital seconds.
Really was a great move. Hoisted, rather strange ball by Simon Richmond. Not too sure what it meant, but it was very effective. Found John Johnston. Great piece of play by JJ. He's picked out Sean Dunsmore. He's so good at running into the box. And
Curzon go in search of a last gasp equaliser. They're still pushing. Alty want the free kick. Pears down. They don't get it. Mohammed Ali in the centre. He's going to try one from range. That's outrageous. He's been so impressive this afternoon, but that was absolutely the wrong decision, because he had so much space in front of him, so many attackers in front of him, and he's opted to shoot, and it's dreadful.
yeah, there was a few options on there, and he's really let us off the hook. It was a quite awful effort.
Pears out muscled by Daniel Shaw, but then Pears gets another chance. Can he hold it up and eat up the final few moments? Connor Hampson on the left hand side, up against Andrew Halls. Alty, just a matter of keeping it in the corner now, and they've won a throw-in down in the corner by the Community Sports Hall. A matter of seconds remaining. Altrincham 2, Curzon Ashton 1. Can Alty see it out for an absolutely vital 3 points and a third consecutive win? Really would be a massive win for the Robins. They have the ball just where they'd want it. The referee tells, I think, Connor Hampson to get on with it. Throws it towards Pears. Header by Daniel Shaw over Pears. Now, will Curzon have one last chance? Sean Miller coming forward. The referee blows for full time! A fantastic 3 points for Altrincham, a vital 3 points. They've had to fight with 10 men after Max Harrop was sent off midway through the second half. But it's an absolutely colossal victory for the Robins. They've won against Curzon Ashton by 2 goals to 1.